I'll take it even further. When you look at how you can manipulate, so when you pluck that string, that 440 hertz A note, again, you perceive the fundamental. But if you then subject that acoustic signal to a resonating environment, a resonant environment, using resonance, you can shape that spectrum using what's called Formant frequencies. And you could see all this using what's called a Fourier analysis, which is the way you break out sound across, take a spectrographic analysis of sound. But you can use acoustic resonance, and that's actually how our vocal, that's actually how speech works and vocalizations work, right? Because you have a fundamental frequency with your voice box, but your vocal tract acts as a resonating unit. That resonating unit can highlight and enhance and increase the acoustic energy of those higher harmonic frequencies to bring those out. And that's why vowels sound different, because it's all vibrating vocal folds at relatively the same frequency, depending on your inflection. But yet, we're producing higher and lower pitched sounds because the resonating system is increasing the energy of particular parts of that spectrum. So getting back to relating to what you were saying, who knows what this reality is doing? So if there is one vibrating spectrum of electroacoustic energy or
Yeah.
light or
So
something we can't even perceive vibrating, if we're in a different, say, state, say maybe it's dictated by the stars, right? By the astrological state, whatever's happening in the heavens may be a particular resonant environment that is enhancing certain frequencies along the spectrum. So at different times, different dimensions may be being highlighted and then perceived. And I think this time in history is one of those times, Brian. I think we're going through a time where whatever this reality is, the particular frequency that we've been operating on for quite some time,
yeah,
maybe through the era of
but
Pisces,
yeah,
now we're moving into a new time, new frequency, and they may bleed over. Go ahead.
but you would. Let's get right into that. But before we do, let me get your take on one thing that I mentioned a lot. Do you think it is possible that there's like a another consciousness that observes this reality and infiltrates people like a possession at times to deny that this is happening or that they're seeing these changes? Do you think that's a possibility? And then take us right into the
I think it's a
magic.
distinct possibility. Well, I think it's a distinct possibility, and it's not just with the Mandela effect denials. It's just look at the last 2 years. So my conception of the phenomena that we see with people, Brian, is that the system does everything it can to take your consciousness away from yourself and onto it, right? The system is constantly drawing you in to engage with it in whatever way that is, all right? I think the more that you engage with the system, the more it takes it out of you, the more it gets you involved in its politics. It doesn't care what side you pick as long as you put your energy towards it. It doesn't care what your job is as long as you're using their bullshit fiat currency and playing into their system. Don't fucking care. As long as you're engaged with their system. So as they get you engaged out of yourself, where you relinquish your sovereignty, your divinity, okay, your free will, you're relinquishing your power over to the sovereign, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, your consciousness is vacating yourself and leaving an empty vacuum. So that's what I think their magic trick is, Brian. They get us to consent to their system,
Oh yeah, dude.
thus by drawing our consciousness away from ourselves and leaving a space that they can fill with these dark entities, which are basically, I think, controlling these people. Brian, I don't think these people are in control of their faculties anymore.
No.
I think at times they're being completely controlled, operated, fully controlled vessels
I think so
being
too.
controlled by some overarching consciousness, dude.
I see it too, man. Yeah, I agree.